Thanks for making those cakes.
You're welcome.
Yummy? Hello, welcome to a week of cooking with the holidays. We're super excited for this week. Each child wants to show what they usually love to make for dinner. Each child has their own dinner night. I started that so that I could have one helper, especially, and I could just have one-on-one time with them cooking. I like that they can choose their own menu so that they always have a say in what's for dinner. They won't complain what I cook. I usually do try to write a list on the board behind us of some dinner ideas that I'm thinking of. If we have too much bread that we haven't been using, then I'll put on grilled cheese up there. Or if we have chicken in the fridge defrosting, then I'll mention chicken and rice or something like that. So they do have some ideas to look at. So each child wants to share 2 dinner ideas. Do one kind of fast and then one a little bit longer, and then I'll compile each one to their video. And so the first day is going to be Kaitlyn. She is right here, and she is on Mondays. I think I started her on Mondays. It was actually Kylie was. So Kylie and Kaitlyn are buddies. I have the buddy system on my blog. You want to check out why we started the buddy system. But Kylie's my oldest, and I think I started her on Mondays because she is the oldest. She was the best cook at the time. I had kind of a break on Sundays, and Saturdays were a little bit more low-key meals. And then Monday was pretty much the only day that Daddy would come home for dinner. The other nights he would stay till 11 and work. So he'd come home and we'd have a family night. So I tried to make a really nice dinner on Monday nights. And so I needed Kylie to help do some meatloaf and potatoes or something big like that. And so when Kylie went off to college, then Kaitlyn took over her night. So here she is. All right, here's Kaitlyn doing a quick Monday night dinner. What do you got here?
Today I'm gonna make enchilada casserole.
Right, so my mom had 2 enchilada casserole recipes. You can start making it if you want. That were kind of a staple in our family, but Kaitlyn has always tweaked them kind of based on what we have in the fridge. And so this recipe is going to be a tweak your own recipe, or she calls it a choose your own adventure recipe. That she just puts in whatever she wants. A lot of times we'll be outside working, especially in the winter, and I'll just say, can you go make us a dinner? And she'll pick an enchilada casserole. She'll usually find some beans that are in the crock pot, or in the freezer. I cook a whole bunch of beans at least once a week, and then I can just add them to soups and casseroles. You can put in taco meat to make them bigger, stretch the meat. So I usually keep them in Ziploc bags in the freezer. Cooking beans in the crock pot is super easy. I buy them in bulk and then put them in containers like this. Pinto beans, black beans, and Great Northern beans are the 3 that I usually use a lot of. And then you just put it in the crock pot and add some water and some diced dried onion or fresh onion if you want. And then just put it on high for 3 hours or on low overnight. And in the morning, they'll all be cooked. I always cook a lot of extra, so almost a full pot. And whatever we don't use that day in the taco soup, then I will put in plastic Ziploc bags in the freezer, and then it's ready to add to taco meat or anything like that. I never buy canned beans just because dried beans are so much cheaper and they're so easy to do and easy to keep on hand. I also usually have tomatoes and bell peppers in the freezer from our garden, but we are out because it's June and we've used up all last year's, and we haven't started saving this year's yet. All right, so she's got some beans, some cream cheese, and you can use canned chicken or any chicken you already have cooked, or taco meat that you already have cooked. So pretty much just a meat, and either some cream cheese or milk. And then I think she's gonna add some salsa, tomato sauce, chilies. She said you can also just use leftover soup. Sometimes we have a leftover soup, like a taco soup or an enchilada soup. So she's put in the canned chicken, tomato sauce, some green chilies, a little tiny bit of salsa, the beans, cream cheese. Now to put in some seasonings. And I do prefer to have like a raw, organic whole chicken and just cook it and shred it and have it in the freezer or something, but I feel like having some canned items on hand is great. So kids can just grab things, open it, and make a dinner all by themselves. We live far from town. We've never once just run to the store to run to the store. We only go if we are in town for an activity. So I do like to have plenty of stuff in the freezer and in the pantry to make any dinners that we want, especially if we're out of fresh food. So she added some onion, garlic, salt, some cumin, some nice chili powder. Maybe we forgot to get that out. And stir it all together. So the basic idea is to put some tortillas on the bottom. So you can either use corn tortillas, or we have whole wheat flour tortillas, or you can use a combination. Sometimes we've had stale chips, like tortilla chips, and we just put those down instead. So you can just do whatever your family likes, or whatever you want to get rid of, or whatever's cheapest, which is probably corn tortillas are the cheapest. So you put a layer of corn tortillas, and then a layer of the sauce, and then a layer of cheese, and then a layer of tortillas, then the sauce, and the cheese, kind of like a lasagna. And then you cook it in the oven at 350 for probably about an hour. If it's too dry, you can add a little bit of milk to help the tortillas cook. And then spread the cheese on the top and pop it in the oven. I love enchiladas, but they do take a long time to fill and wrap and roll each and every one. If you have a big family, it's gonna take like an hour. So casseroles I do like because you just rip up the tortillas and stick it all in the pan. And it seems to be less messy. Just put it all in a bowl. All one pan. Enchiladas seem to take like 3 pans. And everybody wants 3 enchiladas each. So these are great for a big family. And it's also a great meal to give to an elderly or a person who's just had hospitalization or a new baby. We haven't had any complaints when we give them enchilada casseroles with like some apples or salad and a side salad. Yum. So now Kaitlyn is making tacos.
Okay.
Ah, it's the happy bag.
It's not a bug, it's a firefly.
Ah.
That's cute.
Yeah, we made it at our summer camp. Because we had summer camp today. It's a bug's life. So we learn about bugs. And there's like glow sticks in here to make it glow in the dark like a firefly.
Fun. Can't wait till it gets dark to try it out.
Yeah.
Got a cute little smiley face.
It can stand up. But it's not standing up right now.
All right.
Then it lifts off into the air.
Yay! Kaitlyn's making the taco meat. We realized we only have 1 pound of taco meat because Anderson wants to make sloppy joes on his night this weekend, so we need to save 2 pounds for that. So she's just gonna add in some quinoa and let it cook with the meat, and then some of those pintos that we had already cooked. They'll kind of fill and stretch the meat a little bit, and they're very healthy. That's good, that's good. She don't usually add the quinoa, so she didn't know how much, but otherwise she just makes this all by herself and rings the dinner bell, and I come running. We all love Kaitlyn's tacos. You can add the beans later, actually, after that cooks.
Okay.
And then just add some water. started frying the taco shells. The meat's about done. What are you doing?
I'm putting the beans in. Now I'm gonna add some seasonings. I'm gonna do some garlic salt. And some onion. And some chili powder. And some cumin. And also some herbs from our garden, some oregano. Some basil. Ooh, it's almost gone.
Yay! We have a whole bunch of basil and oregano and cilantro growing in the garden. We're trying to use up last year's that we dried. So we can pick a whole bunch from this year and start drying it.
And some cilantro.
Herbs are so easy to grow, and we always have more than enough for a year's supply. The shell's about ready, and the table's about ready with some toppings on it. We'll assemble the tacos and start eating. Just got a good system going here. Keep on adding more tortillas, flipping them, and filling them. So we got that plate filled with some right there. How many tacos do you think we need for 6 kids here today and me myself? Lucky, how many does Spencer eat?
10.
Yeah, he probably eats 10. But he's working in Florida right now. He'll be here July 10th for the rest of the summer. So next time we make tacos, we're gonna have to make a lot.
Yes.
And it is, I think this is probably our top favorite family meal. And all 10 kids will be home in August, and so we'll probably make it. If each 10 kids ate 5 tacos, it's 50.
Wow. Probably about right.
Probably. That's what you like, 3 pounds of meat plus the quinoa and beans. I usually stand here all night cooking while they just sit at the table, and they'll just be over here eating and eating and eating as fast as I can cook them. Most of the kids have not taken over this job. Kaitlyn, I think you're the first one to take over the whole taco operation.
Oh, yes.
Like, they'd still pick it on their night, but I would be the one do most of the work, and they would just be like cutting the lettuce and tomatoes and occasionally flipping or filling. Usually like adding the filling and the cheese. But one night I was out working in the garden and Kaitlyn made the whole thing by herself, and I got so distracted working outside. But when I came in, they're actually all done, and I'd never had a kid make the whole thing by themselves, because you kind of need 2 or 3 people sometimes.
Yeah.
At least for me, I either need someone holding the baby so I can fry or doing something. Now I don't have no more babies. We like to make this on a not too hot or cold of a night so you can open the windows and let some of the fry smell go out. I have kids playing on the trampoline, the chickens. That there Sunny with her 7 little chicks. Come here, Sunny. So we've got a plate there. Just about finished with these ones. Got Thomas Thompson's already excited to eat. He's the only one going to rehearsal tonight, so he's ready to go. Firefly on the floor.
Yum, yum. I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Yum, yum. What a lovely dinner.
It's from Don't Say That Willy-Nilly.
Yeah.
We're always quoting children's books. So I don't mention it, and you're wondering what the quote's from, look it up. It's a children's book.
Don't say that, Willie
I
Nilly.
wonder what happened to Samuel. He didn't hear the bell, I guess. Maybe he's reading or something.
He knows about
He did? What's he doing?
He's putting his Legos away.
Oh, he's putting Legos away. We do have like a toy shed outside. It's got like dress up and some extra dolls and Legos that we don't want in the playroom right now.
Thanks for making them, okay? You're welcome.
Yummy?
Mom, I read more than half my book today.
Jeez.
I'm still on chapter 6 and I have only one chapter left in my book.
Oh, wow.
So here's the enchilada casserole straight out of the oven. It looks pretty good. We didn't cover it or nothing, but you can if you want, if you don't like it so crunchy. And we'll have a good leftover meal. You can stick it in the freezer and pull it out on another night when you don't want to cook or do whatever, because we're just finishing the tacos here. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for tomorrow. Tilly's cooking tomorrow. She did one of her videos last week and it was adorable. And she's going to do her other one tomorrow. It's going to be so cute.